Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a video about how to create a marks book in MYEDBC. Let's see how fast we can make this video. If you are interested in making a video where you can use extending, proficient, developing, and emerging as options, especially for grade 11s and 12s, and still have the marks book be able to convert it into a percentage to give you that advice of what that is as a percentage average for calculating your final marks in MyEDBC, follow along with this video. Step one is a bit of a time-consuming step, but it's something that you set up at the beginning and then you can reuse over and over again. You have to go to Tools and create a scale. I've created my own scale, which I've called Antoine A. Vick scale, and you can see on this side here where I'm wiggling the mouse, it says that it's a staff scale. To create a scale, it's not in the gradebook section, it's in the tools section to create your own scale. There's a possibility of adding colors to color code things. I've entered all these codes. So for example, here in this scale, extending is 95% to 91%, where proficient is 76 to 80%. If you're creating your own scale, you need to also go into special codes and make sure you've added any special codes in your own custom scale, which I've added missing or miss for calculate as 0, but I've also got omit, which is exempt from calculations. After creating your own scale, you will need to create your own categories. Now this is going back to the grade section, and my categories that I've created are communication, and of course there's going to be subcategories of communication, and then there's going to be knowing content, and there's research skills that relate to researching, and thinking skills, critical thinking skills, which would include historical thinking skills such as thinking about perspective and change and significance, etc. Okay, select gradebook up here and then select categories to create categories, options, add category. Okay, so I've gone here and added COM for description communication. I've chosen my grade scale. I've left entry mode on both. I've put in 25 points for total points, and I set the visibility to public. Now always remember to save your work. Okay, I've just added another category. Okay, we're going to add research together to show you all the steps. Options, add, oops, cancel. It's telling me a warning that I didn't click save somewhere. So make sure you save all your work. Notice how that I had to scroll down to see that save button. There's a save button up there. For some reason, I forgot to save it when I made one change. Okay, add. Let's add research together. RSCH. Way back in traditional education, categories might have been things like quizzes, tests, homework, projects, but now this is a skill-based, so the skill is the category of research skills, which there will be subcategories of, but as a bundle, I'm putting this in as research skills to keep this organized in my gradebook. Now, the other trick here is when I go select my gradebook here, this pops up and I have to scroll down to hit OK. So it's one of those weird things where you have to scroll down to hit OK. Okay, 25, and I have to change this to public. Okay, then I gotta scroll. Oh, there's a save button here at the top here as well as the bottom. I'm used to scrolling down to the save, but I've got everything there, and I hit save, and we have added a category together. Okay, now we're going to go through the steps of how to add an assignment together. This may be the spot that you've been waiting for, how to add an assignment. And specifically, this is an assignment where I'm looking at several skills. So we're going to go to Option, Add Assignment here. Category. Now the first category I'm going to put in here is communication. And now I need a column name. This is, I'm going to call poster 10. Now that might be too much, so I'm going to go P10S. And then I'm going to give the longer name here, poster 10 stages of genocide. Okay. Date assigned. We'll go back here. Date due. And we're going to change the weighting down here to 5, even though we're gonna be putting in extending, proficient, or developing into this. And what else do we need to add? So I paused it for a quick proofread, and I just double checked to make sure I've got the visibility on public, because that's what I want to have it. You could set it to private, but I'm going for public. What public means is I can share this information more easily with my students if this works. Okay, for the sake of speed, I just did this one really fast in pause. So the category is communication. This one is specifically oral communication. And I've got a column name, and it's the same assignment. It's their poster, but it's specifically their oral presentation of their poster with the same due dates. All right, now we'll do another one together. Save and new. So for this assignment, I'm also going to be evaluating their critical and historical thinking here. Same assignment, but it's now thinking skills. So P10 for poster 10 stages, and then I'm gonna put in TK for thinking skills, and then I'm gonna put in poster 10 stages critical thinking. Okay, due dates. Again, now the due dates are getting very important once you get close to semester change, because it affects it whether it's in quarter 3 or quarter 4. So be aware of that. And I'm actually wanting the thinking to be weighted as half the weight of this particular assignment. So the communication is weighted at 5 points for the poster, 5 points for the oral presentation, but then their critical thinking, which is going to be focused on their ability to discuss prevention strategies, will be weighted a little higher, or half the project. And so that's how I'm accomplishing the weighting there, and then I can go save. Now let's take a look at how that looks. Okay, in order to protect some student privacy, I've had to take a photograph, a screenshot of this section to make sure there's no names involved. And just to show you now that now that I've created this assignment, I've got communication, which is about the poster, communication, which is about the oral communication, and their critical thinking skills. Different skills being assessed, and then they can keep track of that they were proficient, for example, on critical thinking skills, but developing on their communication skills or some other variation of that information. And then when it comes time for report cards, I have percentages here available for the grade 12s. I can also do a progress report in MYEDBC and create a progress report for the students and get it to print out a progress report. Also, I could put in omit or missing for these assignments. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, like and subscribe. And also, take a look at this screen. This is in the assignments details. I can show you this screen because there's no student information. If I go to scores, then their student information appears, but you can see there's the assignments. I've got the points there to weight the critical thinking and the historical thinking higher. There's an assignment weight there, and then it's in quarter 3, and then I've got the categories here, thinking, and 2 types of communication that I'm looking at. And then Here is category weight. Now, this is one I'm still learning about. If anyone is an expert at category weight, I would love to chat with you about this function here. There's always new things for me to learn on MYEDBC, but hopefully you found that helpful. If you would like to make a progress report, you'd have to go to scores and then go to reports to make a progress report to send home to students. Well, that's all, folks.